Hello, welcome back to Planet AP. If you're new here, it's crazy out here, but you're gonna love it. And can we talk about the fact that my whiteboard is finally placed? Can we talk about this bad boy? We have waited, guys. We started with chart papers. And undying. Oh my God, my ring is so loose. It's like undying, I will die tonight. If it falls again, I'm gonna have to drop it. But an undying spirit and an enthusiasm to teach quantum leaping, we started with chart papers and 700 followers this year. Not even 700. Like, I'm gonna be so for real. It was like 700 subscribers on 30th Jan. But it was 80 people last year when I started with my little tiny chart papers. But let's talk about this year. 700 fellows, chart papers in my old house, and just, a relentless spirit to eventually get to this bad boy. Then, my friends, we did not make it. We came here and the whiteboard was not up here. So we still got I did some sitting down, no chart paper videos where I was drawing on a journal and showing you that was crazy. Then I got chart papers and then I got a stick-on whiteboard for you guys. And then finally, we made it. And this is a moment I would like to take to thank God for making it happen. But oh my God, I am so happy because anyways, so what I want to talk about today is something so freaking cool, which is how to always be lucky. The secret behind luck. There's a thread in my pants that is threading too much. Okay. Have you ever met someone who's always lucky? Someone who's like everything just always works out for this person. It just feels like all the stars are aligned for this person specifically. One of those people when it's almost like they have this, literally it's like dry for everyone, but this person gets all the rain, all the blessings, all the love, everything just always goes their way. They don't even have to do anything about it. They don't have to hustle. Things just work for them. People just want to be around them. They just have this energy that just draws people in. How do they do it? So we're going to be talking about the frequency of being lucky. I will tell you what it is, why it works, and how you can be in the same frequency, okay? But just look at this, oh my God. Look at this dude. He's like, I'm so unlucky. We don't want to be him, okay? So we're not gonna be him. All right, let's get to it. Spent so much time drawing this part of mine. Here's the thing about this whiteboard. It's so fun. It's one of those things that just makes my heart so happy. We are in love. And we are in love. So I'm gonna tell you guys something, all right? Your girl went through a massive quantum leap, okay? I just made some big freaking decisions in my life. In energy, where just there were places in my life where I was low-key settling so hard, and I was being this nice person or whatever, and here's the thing, it was so sneaky that I didn't even realize it until the sitch got out of hand, and I was like, what am I doing? Until I was literally wait a freaking hot minute, what am I doing? And it was that moment where something happened, and it was I was in shock, and I was like, this cannot be real, period. This can't be real, right? So I turned everything off. I got real honest with myself. I had a hot minute with God, and that energy release was instant. It was an instant energy upgrade, and my life instantly changed. Instantly. I don't even know how to tell you, right? But that's to show you that quantum leaps happen in an instant. But that energy is your conviction in that moment that you shift is so strong. You burn the old and you're like, nope, I do not care. Not another minute, not another second, not another moment. Will I allow or tolerate this energy? Because here's the thing. The biggest thing that differentiates someone who is lucky versus someone who is perpetually unlucky is what? It's energy. And moreover, what you tolerate. What you tolerate in energy. All right, this is the most important part. All right, I want you to pull out your notebooks, write this stuff down, because this is so powerful. And when if I can do it in one moment, if I can have something big happen in my life last night that awakens me and makes me realize, Anna, knocking some sense into you, and wake up and make some decisions like this. Get quiet. I deactivated my personal Instagram. I deleted people. I was like, no more nice energy. And even though niceness has not a lot to do with what I'm talking about today, but it could, right? It literally does, to be honest, because when I made that decision and I had a conversation with someone as well, and my energy in that conversation was completely 100% different, because I was like, no, just no, I don't want that. It's that simple. It's not just, a lot of times what happens is when we're quantum leaping, or even when things happen in our lives, right? So there's this person, they say, let's say for example, I want Y, all right? This person also says, I want Y. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, U, V, W, X. All right. U, V, W, X. And here's Y, all right? These are all just, it represents something, right? So this person says, I want Y. This person also says, I want Y. Now, in this person's life, let's say U comes along. And U is like, hey. This person will go, nope, you're not Y. I want Y. V could come. They're going to be like, nope. W, I'm pretty close to Y. Nope. X, I'm literally right next to Y. They say no. They say no. Because they're like, I have a standard, and that standard will be nothing other than my standard will be tolerated by me. I won't entertain it. It's not just about just like saying yes to anything that comes your way. Even when it comes to business opportunities. When I think my second quantum leap this year, I made a lot of them, right? My second one this year, I remember that I used to be associated with this company, and I used to like do corporate trainings for their company. And when I got the contract, which was last year, I was like, oh my God, such a life-saving contract, whatever, because I really needed the money at the time. And I was like, oh my God, this is so great. And I was like, oh, I manifested this, because that's true. At the time, that was what they were paying me, was to me a good amount of money. And I was like, and that's what I thought that I deserved. That's what I thought I deserved. That's what I thought was my why. But I knew that I deserved Y, to be fair. I knew I deserved Y, and I did start negotiating with them at Y. They told me we can do U. And I was like, yeah, for sure. Let's do U. Because I was like, I need this, right? So I said yes to an opportunity that was not what I wanted. But I was like, man, what if nothing else comes along, right? Anyways, fast forward this year, they called me and they were like, oh, hey, there's a training gig we want you to do, blah, blah. I was like, period. So I went, I did it, and it was nice and everything. And I come back and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't want to do this. That money to me is pennies now. It wouldn't even take me 20 minutes to spend it, and I'm heavily underpaid. My brand doesn't get recognition when I go there. I can't post any stories from it, so it doesn't support me in any shape or form. They're taking money from what the company is originally paying as well. So what am I actually gaining? Because I'm not growing my brand. It's not aligned with me at all. So then I text the person who was my point person there, and I was like, hey, my contract was for 6 months. It's expired anyways. And so I don't think I can work with you guys anymore. And the person goes like, oh, how come, blah, blah. And they're like, we're booking all the trainings for the year. I'm trying to get you 80% of them are going to be yours, or 70% of them are going to be yours. You're going to be booked for this many sessions. It's so great, this and that. And I was like, that sounds horrible to me. I'm sorry. What you're talking about me making in a year, I've made that in literally 15 days through my own brand. So why would I, and without leaving my house, I was like, why would I do something like that when it doesn't feel aligned to me? And they're always asking me to change my content or change the way that I'm delivering or do this or oblige to this rule, this, that. And he's like, oh, but when you got the contract, it was such a big deal for you. I was like, yeah, because like, I didn't know my power back then. I didn't honor myself like that back then. I'm a whole different person now, baby. Times have changed. You are on a new season. And he was like, oh yeah, well, I understand that. And I didn't even flinch. I was like, nope. I'm gonna say no to this opportunity. Again, someone from their company reached out to me and they were like, oh, hey, we would like to book you. I was like, I'm sorry, but it's just not possible. Because if it's not why, I'm not settling for UVWX. Because what is my standard? My standard is why. So then what did I do? I launched Quantum Code. I had no idea Quantum Code was gonna be a thing when I said that to the guy. 2 days later, God sends this inspiration, do Quantum Code. 80 people sign up. And that's just to say that it's not just about running for, because when you set your standard at a why, right? What happens? That life will test you, right? It's gonna test you with the UVWX to see, are you gonna budge? Are you gonna budge just because someone dangled a little candy in front of you and you're gonna be like, oh my God, yeah, it looks close enough to my candy? Why? If it's not the candy you asked for, you gotta know how to say no. And here we have Mr. Unlucky, right? This homeboy over here. Am I recording? The life old question. Oh my God. Period. So, are you joking? That is so funny. What if I don't crop that out? You guys see my real time struggle. Homeboy over here, he's like, I don't know why. I'm setting a standard, right? And then what happens is M comes along, right? So far away from Y, right? Homeboy goes like, fine, I'll settle for M. And then when M isn't Y, clearly, he goes like, oh man, I'm so unlucky. Nothing ever goes my way. Nothing ever works out for me. Sir, what did you do? You settled for M when you had to settle for what? Was that? Why? So why did you do that? Right? Like, why? Because if you're settling for M, what's happening over here, right? In the quantum field lesson, they were preparing a hot little Y for you, and they're just like dropping in to test you, right? So they dropped an M, they dropped an N, they dropped a W somewhere here, but you didn't even like give the Y a chance, sir. You didn't even wait for homeboy to come. You were like, oh, M, you are the love of my life. If it's not what you want, why are you accepting it? That is what we're going to talk about. Did you see that? Look at the way that I did that. It was so cool. Anyways, next thing I got to change is the holder. That holders my phone. Actually, you know what's really funny is I literally have a stand that I ordered, but my ADHD fucking ass, I don't want to, what do you call that? Or build it? Not even build, bro. Plug it in. It's in a box. I haven't unboxed it. Just gotta do it. In it. What am I, British now? British. Okay. So Thorn. She was so nasty and so rude. Oh my God. Why are you so dirty already? That's what she said. Anyways, I think we've cleaned it. Honestly, I feel like the whiteboard being here is literally quantum leaping 101 because, honey, when I woke up, I was like, today is different. Whenever I say something is already done. I've been asking the contractor for so long, since we moved here, since before we moved here. I was like, can you just have my whiteboard up, right? And today I called him and I was like, you're gonna have my whiteboard up today, right? And he's like, I'm sending the dude. I was like, bet. Period. You know what I mean? Is there furs? So, remember, in the quantum field, right? So we're gonna draw a line here. This is the quantum field. Everything over here in this sense, right? It includes, there's no, what do you call that? What's the word? There's no preference. There's no, it's neutral. It's neutral is what it is. Which means if this is good and this is bad, they're equal. Everything is equal here. Remember, I want you to drill. Not grill, drill this in your head. That, dude, everything in reality is neutral, okay? Neutral, everything is neutral. And this is the part where we talk about my favorite thing to talk about, which is free will. Because literally that is the difference between homeboy unlucky and homeboy lucky, all right? It's free will, it's literally free will, because people start to think free will is your ability to wake up when you want, go do whatever you want, or go have a coffee if you feel like it. That's not what free will is limited to. Free will is actually so much more powerful than that once you know how to use it, because most of y'all aren't using it. You don't use your free will. You're literally, it's like you're in a cage in your own mind and you don't even realize it. You keep thinking, I'm so free, blah. But then you're like, oh, then why is my life not like this? Why is my life not like that? Because you're not using your free will, period. So here's what happens, right? Now, what we've learned is that reality is inside out. It is inside out, not outside in. What does that mean, bro? That literally means that inside creates outside. Now, for your inside, right? Oopsers. I'm gonna erase that. Wait, what a little attitude-y whiteboard. It's like, if you don't give me that spray, I'm not gonna clean properly. Period. Don't lower your standard for me, bro. Okay, so over here, you've got the option to choose the timeline or the frequency of luck. And the same end of this luck frequency, wait, I don't know if you're gonna see that, you will, is unlucky. It's the same frequency. It's literally the same end of the stick. It's two ends of a stick, right? Unlucky and lucky, right? So being lucky would then mean that you think, act, feel, convict, know you're lucky. Literally. That is how easy it is. Literally, that's how easy it is. You think, act, feel, know, whatever. You're the luckiest freaking person in the entire planet. That everything is always just working for you. That the planet revolves around you. Because here's the thing, your planet surely does. Your reality does revolve around you. Here's the thing. A lot of us, in the name of humility, right? We go like, oh my God, I don't want to be I can't be the main character, right? People go like, I can't do that. The world, and that's what people say to insult others, right? The world doesn't revolve around you. Well, my world does. And that doesn't give you the free pass to be an a-hole, because narcissists, right? But this means that your reality works by your laws. Your system over here is your decree. I'm gonna be so for real. It's your decree. It's your decree, right? So then free will is your choice to decree the luck timeline for yourself. And this person, homeboy B over there, he decrees the unlucky timeline. Why? Because he chooses to let the mind lead him. He goes like, oh my God, my mind says this. Honey, you are not the mind. You are not the mind. Your mind can say whatever it wants. You train the mind. Train your mind. It's not your leader. It's not. Don't make it. And this, by the way, yeah, that's what I was thinking. What am I missing, right? This comes down to one thing, and it is audacity. All right? This is a big theme. Audacity is the biggest freaking thing ever. Because I'm gonna tell you something, right? I really be talking to you guys like you're my best friends. Because you are. Because you are. Can you guys believe that I used to think I could never be like this on camera because no one's gonna watch me? You know? Because imagine building a whole business and talking like, hey guys, my name is Anna P. And like, I'm like an NLP trainer. I'm so professional. You know? Like, nope. I am not professional, but you know what I am? Audacious, liberated, happy as Okay, so we were talking about Audacity, okay? I'm gonna tell you something that blew my mind, right? We think Audacity has something to do with 3D, how you move over here. But Audacity actually begins in here. Audacity in what you choose to collapse. What? Audacity in what you choose to collapse. Because here's the funny thing. Most people are scared to give themselves the life that they want to have. And I don't mean by give themselves, I don't mean that they're scared to, it's like, you know, not give yourself in a material sense. No, give themselves in energy. They are scared to own their bigness. And that doesn't even mean you go out there and be big yet. Because you can't be big in the world if you're not big over here. Over here. If you're not big in your own energy, if you cannot give yourself the permission, the audacity to live, to accept that that could be your life, the audacity in terms of the type of relationship you want, the audacity in believing that you're always lucky, the audacity in believing that life is literally always working out for you, the audacity in believing that you are literally the main character, you are the anchor being of your reality, the audacity of believing that you are the chosen one, the audacity in believing that money is like, it wants to be your friend, it wants to chase you, choose you, it wants to come to you, it can't stop coming to you. You are scared of believing that because you're scared of what's gonna happen if that actually manifests. You're not scared of failure, you're scared of success. You're not scared of not being lucky. You're scared of being lucky because you're afraid that what if I mess up? Think about it. So audacity is an energy. What can you claim in the way that you show up, in the way that you speak, in the way that you move, in the way that you interact, in the things that you do not settle for, in the way that you say, nope, I don't want you because I wanted what? Why? In the way that you decide and convict in a standard for your life. So for example, you say, you know what? Let's talk about love life, right? So my partner has, A, B, C traits. And if they're not, they don't have these traits, I don't want it. And then comes like D, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then instead of saying, oh, puppy, yeah, give it to me. You go like, nope, you're not ABC actually. I don't want to settle for it. When you hold the bar for yourself by saying no to what does not belong, God sees it and the reality mirrors it back saying, okay. She or he will see everything as either redirection. You never see anything as rejection. You never experience any loss as failure. Then you're always like, you see every single thing in your life as proof that you're lucky. And you have the audacity to dream big, to envision big, the audacity to say, yep, that is the standard for my life. Because why? Because I move with God's backing. So you claim it like it is your birthright and you refuse to settle. You just go like, no, that is not my order. You know okay, I have an example for you. Those people at a restaurant, when they go to a restaurant and they're like, there's two types of people, right? The waiter brings the wrong order. One person will go like, One person's gonna go like, I'm too nice to say anything. I'll just eat it. I know it's the wrong order, whatever. They'll just eat it and they'll pay for it and they'll go home not having eaten the food that they ordered. And then there's the other kind of person. They're gonna be like, wait a minute, I didn't order that. And you don't have to be disrespectful to anyone to do that, by the way. You can very respectfully get your point across and saying, hey, excuse me, I think you made a mistake because I ordered this. Yeah, could you go change it real quick? It's not that hard. It's that easy. We think that speaking up for ourselves is disrespectful, that conflict is bad, and that all, my friends, comes from our shadow. And I'm gonna be talking more about childhood stuff in the coming days and weeks. But right now, what I want you to understand is that even disregarding this for now, is that you become aware and you start taking small steps, and then you start seeing everything as a sign of luck. And I mean everything. You're late for work. Wow, how lucky am I that God wanted to protect me from something. You're stuck in traffic. Wow, how lucky am I that I have a car right now? And how lucky am I that maybe something would have gone wrong if I left early or wrong. Like your shoe breaks. Wow, how lucky am I that God wanted me to get new shoes? How lucky am I that? How lucky? That is literally how you plug it in, right? You use the phrase throughout your day. I want you to try this for 1 week, okay? How lucky am I that? And no matter what happens in your life, no matter what happens, you're gonna be like, how lucky am I that this happened? I promise you, you're gonna be shocked by the way things just start changing for you like this. The other day, I was like, my garlic bread story, right? I was all in my lucky girl energy, and I was like, when I was ordering my pasta, and I was like, hey, could you guys send me 1 extra garlic bread? They sent me 5 extra, 5. And I was like, wow, how lucky am I? And then a day before that, I think 2-3 days before that, I ordered from the same place. I said the same thing, but I was not in my lucky girl energy. And you know what happened? They didn't give it to me. They didn't give it. They were like, because energy is felt. Energy is what magnetizes everything to you. Okay? Period. Now comes the juicy part. So after my whole experience today, I did this insane Audacity activation for myself. And the moment I did it, things just switched up like this for me. And right after it, I created a rampage for myself, which was just, I didn't even know I was creating it. I started typing and I was like the audacious person, it was actually for me. So it was like the woman of audacity, something like that. And I started writing it down, and I started to and I was like and I was writing it and I was speaking it, and I just felt it in my bones, dude. And I was like, oh my God. So until my birthday, I'm launching an offer, something crazy, which is the Audacity activation call. So this is going to be different from my general one-on-one calls. In this call, what we're going to do is before the call, I'm going to send you where in your life do you want to expand your audacity to have, do, be, whatever, anything you want. So it could be in your money, it could be in your love, it could be in your health, it could be whatever. What is it that you're afraid of being audacious about claiming and convicting it, all right? You're gonna tell me all that. We're gonna get on the call, we're gonna uncover little energy patterns or whatever, and then we're gonna be doing the audacity activation that will blow your mind. It is so freaking powerful. It is the most powerful thing. It's like I'm not gonna tell you what it is like that, but it is so freaking powerful because every bone in my body felt it today. Literally, when I tell you I shifted like this, I shifted like this, okay? And then after it, you're gonna get one Audacity transmission, like a pre-recorded video, and the Audacity rampage. And that Audacity rampage is something that I'm not going to be selling separately. It is just available exclusively for this call. So I'm running like a crazy birthday discount on this. So if you want to book it with me, the link is below. I am so freaking excited about this. I promise. I swear, I'm so excited about this. It is my heart and soul, man. My heart and freaking soul. So yeah, if you want to get that, if you want to book that one call with me, the link is below. If you want a free quantum leaping transmission, again, link is below. Join us. We're having a free webinar on 10th May in I think 2 days. Oh my God, period. And it's called Untouchable, the frequency of being above circumstances. If you want to get in that, the link for that is below as well. It's absolutely free and we're going to have such a great time together. And finally, if you want to be part of the Planet AP, where we move with Audacity, where we do everything with Audacity, where you get this energy not in one-on-one, but in a group setting. I do group calls with you, and I post transmissions over there that I don't post on YouTube. They're just little reminder transmissions. For example, how to use ChatGPT to hack your self-concept. And stuff like that I use in my life. I share that. That's my exclusive private community. It's just for $33 a month right now. If you get it right now, that's just your lifetime prize, because the investment goes up on my birthday, which is, oh my God, it's in 7 days, I think. It's May 16th. So happy birthday to me. And I love you, and I will see you very soon. Bye.